Hi, and welcome to another video from QB1, a channel dedicated to helping young players and especially young quarterbacks get ready to play football. My name is Ryan Hicks, and I will be your QB for these videos. Today's video is going to focus on preparation and the warm-up that I go through before I participate in any athletic function, whether it is a practice or a game. Today's video, we are going to focus on stretching and how I get my body and my mind ready to play. I use stretching to identify any tender areas or sore muscles that might be tired from a previous day's exercise. Once I find the tight area, I especially focus on that muscle group. I also use stretching to go down a mental checklist of the major things that I want to accomplish in the activity that I'm about to perform, whether it is new plays or new moves. Stretching also allows me to play loose, maximize my muscle development, prepare my mind, and avoid injury. Okay, enough talk. Let's get busy. Hi, welcome back. First, I start out with stretching my upper body. So first, I start out with stretching out my chest by locking my hands behind my back and pushing them as far back as I can. This stretches your chest area and your back and your arms. So once you count to about 15 or 20, then you switch. Now I'm going to focus on my upper back. With this, you want to push out and lock your fingers together and push out. You should feel this about right here on your back, about there, when you push. Again, count to 15 to 20 seconds. Then we're going to focus on your arms. And when you do this stretch, you should feel it about right in here on your arms. Hold it back, and you almost want to touch the middle of your back with your arm. And once you do that for about 15 to 20 seconds, then you switch arms. And you should feel the stretch in the same exact place. Now we're going to move on to the shoulders. Bring your right arm, have your left arm, bring it across. You feel the stretch about right here in your shoulder. Again, count to 15 to 20 seconds. When you do this stretch, do not rotate with your body like this, because that does not get a good stretch. You want to keep your body stationary and just rotate along. Then switch. Remember to keep your body straight and stationary. Hi. Now we are going to focus on the lower body. With these stretches, you always want to count to 30. Now, the first stretch that we're going to do is we're going to focus on the calf. Now, when you do this stretch, you find an area where you can put your hands on, and when you lean forward, but make sure in this stretch you keep your heel on the ground. Where you should feel this stretch is around right here on your calf, about right there. You hold it for 30 seconds, and then you switch feet. Remember to make sure you keep your heel on the ground. Now the next one is going to focus right down here on the Achilles. Now this stretch, you're going to count to 5 seconds and then drop your knee. When you drop your knee, the stretch moves down your leg to about here. Again, count to 30 seconds and then switch. You're going to count to 5 seconds and drop your knee. Then you're going to hold it for 30 seconds. Okay, now we're going to work on the hamstring. Now, with this stretch, when you stretch, you're going to lean back and bring your leg back. You should feel a stretch right on your hamstring at the back. Remember, count to 30 seconds. And then switch legs. Bring your leg back as far as you can. Make sure it doesn't hurt because you don't want to pull something. And remember, you get the stretch right on your hamstring. And now we're going to stretch the hamstring a little differently. Put your foot up on the bench. Bend over and touch your toe. If you can, that's good. Then, as far as you can go, hold it for 30 seconds. You should feel a stretch right in here, also in your hamstring. And after 30 seconds, you switch your legs. And you do the exact same thing. Again, you should feel a stretch right in your hamstring. Okay, now we're going to stretch the thigh and the hip. This is what's called the flamingo. You hold your leg up and you bend it and you hold it for a count of 30. Now to keep yourself balanced, you can put your hand on your chest, or you can hold on to something, or hold on to your partner if you two are stretching together. Then you switch your legs and do the exact same thing. Again, you should feel the stretch about right here on the top of your thigh and also your hip. Another way, if you have a problem with your balance, is you can also do this exact same stretch but laying down. So what you do is you grab your leg and pull it back. Again, you should feel the stretch on your thigh. And you hold it for a count of 30. Then you switch your legs, hold it for 30. Okay, now we're going to work on the lower hip. Now with this stretch, you're going to lay back on your back. And when you do this, you put one knee up. And when you do this, you push your hand on your knee and you push it down. The reason why you lay back is because it supports your back. And this stretch you should feel about down here in your lower hip. Hold it for 30 seconds. And then switch. Again, you should feel it in your lower hip. Count to 30 seconds. Okay, this is now to stretch your inner part of your thigh. You're going to lean. And you should feel the stretch right in here. And you hold it for a count of 30 seconds. And then you lean the other way. One other way to do this stretch is by putting your leg up on the side and leaning into it. Make sure you keep your arm up, because this also stretches right here and in inner part of your thigh. Then stretch for 30 seconds. And then switch legs. And do the exact same thing. Hold it. There you're done. Okay, now we're going to work on the hips. So in this stretch, you're going to get down. You're going to twist your knees to one side, and you're going to twist your arms to the other side. This stretches all in here. You hold this for a count of 30, and then you switch sides. Next, this focuses right here on your hamstrings and your hip and your lower hip. You're gonna hold your knees back like you're in a fetal position. Count to 30, then release. And then this, you're working on individual legs. You're gonna count to 30 seconds, and then switch. Count to 30, and then switch. Now with this next stretch, you're gonna have one leg like this, and you're going to twist the opposite way. This stretches your back. Once you count 30, you switch. All right, now I'm ready to go compete. Let's go.